Hey everybody, it's January 25th. Me and Austin are out here tonight hunting some local state ground. It's about 37 degrees, so it's not too cold, but we're gonna cut these dogs loose down here along this river bank and see if we can get one treed. So stay tuned and we'll see what happens. Let's go. Got it. Well, rock just got treed. That didn't take long. We just cut about a minute and a half ago, so must have been a pretty good hot track. He's only 126 yards, so we're gonna let him sit on it a minute and wait and see what Rage does. So we're gonna give him a chance to get a piece of it, or who knows, he may go on in there and try to run his own. But we're gonna sit here a minute and see what happens, and we're gonna head in there in just a few minutes. So well, the dogs are finally treed, and we're gonna make our way into them. We're about 200 yards from them right now. Rock hooked up on a tree 2 minutes after we cut him loose. I think he got about 125 yards and got treed, and sounded good on it. Located and turned over right, and Rage went on in there deeper and struck another track and hit on a tree like he was going to start treeing, and Rock pulled, and they actually went on in deeper, tapped a couple trees, and kept running a track, and ended up getting in about 600 yards from where we cut them. So we're working our way down this field edge right now, trying to close the distance on them. We're about 175 yards out, so we're gonna head on in and see what they got. I go through a swamp area. I don't know how deep that is. Might need to get us a canoe. What is that? Old bird feeder? The coons are rutting right now, so I know things can get pretty crazy this time of year. I've seen some weird stuff. Seen some dogs do some weird stuff. Looks like we're in a big cottonwood den. I don't know, I'm assuming it's a den. It's a big old tree, but we'll see if we can find a coon. If not, hopefully a bull. Get on and talk to him. Well, we just got back to the truck, and that last tree in there, it was a big cottonwood. I thought it may be a den, but we never did find a hole, and we never did find a coon either. So I don't know. We had to go through some pretty bad stuff in there. I know it was real swampy, and we probably walked over 100 yards through a swamp that was kind of iced over, and it kept breaking through on us, and it was just, you know, pretty rough walking to get through it. But I don't know. I mean, we kind of both agreed that it was a slick, but you never know. I don't know. But
yeah, it sounded like my dog was split from his and shut up for a minute, then he went to the other dog. But
yeah, they, from the get-go, they kind of didn't sound too good, you know. We cut them right down here, and you know, rock struck and treed within 125 yards, and I mean, he was, you know, hitting it real good, and we was gonna wait and see what the pup was gonna do, and that pup got in there a little deeper and struck a track, and Rock ended up pulling from that tree and went back in there with them, and they ended up running another track, and they tapped a couple trees on the way back along this field edge in between the field and the river, and went in about another 300 yards past that and got treed back there in that swamp on that big cottonwood. So, but we never found a hole, and we didn't find a coon. The tree was huge. I mean, it was real big around and had some broke out spots, but you know, I'm not gonna make an excuse for a dog. As far as I'm concerned, it was slick, but oh well, that's part of it. So we just loaded them up. We're gonna head to another spot and see if we can get on another one. So stick with us.
all right, guys, we just made it to the second spot. I'm gonna flip these dogs in over here across the road and see what they can do.
Yeah.
Ready? All right, guys, we just turned these dogs loose about 3 or 4 minutes ago, and they got in there about 300 yards, struck on something hot. Went about another 100 yards, got treed. We're walking into them now. We'll go see what they got. When we get to the tree, we'll show you if they got the coon or not.
We just got in here to the tree, and Rock and Rage struck this one pretty hot. They struck within a minute and a half from when we turned them out. Was treed within 2.5 minutes, so they got him up the wood this time. Treed on a big red oak. Let me get over here and see if me and Austin can shine it and zoom in where you can see it. But he's straight up here, so that was a good one, good easy one. Let me see if I can zoom in on it for you. See him right up there in that fork. Did a good job on that. Alrighty. Well, we're gonna lock them up and head back to the truck. See if we can get on another one. Alright, we just got in here to this tree. Rock and Rage a tree on a big sycamore. And it's actually, we found a coon, he's on the outside. So we're going to try to zoom in and show him to you. Right up there in that fork. We run that one about 900 yards. So they struck it real hard at about 600 yards, and they run it all the way almost to the other end of this woods. We had to actually get in the car and drive around to the other side. Luckily, there was a pull-off for the stake ground. Otherwise, we'd have had to walk through some people's backyards, and it's already after 11 o'clock at night. I'm sure they wouldn't have wanted us beating on their door. So, but we lucked out and found that pull-off, so we got back here, and we're gonna get them and get out of here. So they did pretty good on that, though.